What's up, y'all? It's your girl Zeze back with another Mother 11 vid. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications bell, get a joint a thumbs up, share this mug, all that. Today's video is going to be another reaction. So basically, I think this is a skit. I'm not going to even hold you. It's a lot of these videos like this that come off real, but then they be skits. But I will say the parents' faces is blocked out, so maybe it's not a skit, it might be real. But anyways, mom is confronting the stepmom and really the dad too, because the stepmom put her hands on her daughter, and she has a problem with that. So not too much to say here. Let's just get into it. Egregious.
I'm really pissed off right now. It's raining and everything. So how would y'all feel if y'all's baby daddy let his wife, his new wife, put his hands on y'all child? Because I don't know if y'all okay with that, but that's not something I put up with. I don't condone it, and I'm really finna see what they got going on over here because I'm not with all that.
Hey.
Yeah, so it was brought to my attention by my daughter that you put your hands on her.
Okay.
Okay, why was that? Because that's just something I don't condone. And I told him that I don't want nobody putting their hands on my daughter but me, because I'm the mother. So what makes you feel like you could do that?
Understood. First off, it was something mutual between me and the father because your daughter was being disrespectful.
She could, okay, this is my thing. My daughter's not disrespectful. And even if she was disrespectful, I told him to not let nobody excuse me, but really not excuse me, to put their hands on my daughter.
Okay, at the end of the day, your daughter's not disrespectful to you because you're her mother, and I guess the ways that she's learning, you're teaching her. However,
baby,
what
look,
I'm trying to tell you
it gotta be something that she said to her for her to even feel
that it ain't gonna be tolerated.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this: we can't talk together. We can stay together, but we can't talk together.
But what I'm telling you is valid, and I'm
okay. So why you let her put her hands on our daughter? Because you know what you mean. What I'm doing here? I'm checking your wife because she feel like she got authority to put her hands on my daughter.
Let's stop it right there, because first off, she was being disrespectful.
How was she being disrespectful?
I gave her permission.
Why didn't why didn't you discipline her? I'm not talking to you right now. Why didn't you discipline her? Because you the daddy.
Because I wasn't here.
Okay, well, next time call me or something. Because I don't condone that. You need to speak to me. I'm the one that birthed her because this is my daughter. He is. But look, if he's not here to discipline her, then you need to wait. Because
you just could have called me about this. You
don't answer the phone. You don't answer the phone. And this is what I have to do to get through to y'all. If I got to pull up and add the fool to get through to you, what I'm going to do.
It's my child too.
Okay, but if you aren't there in the vicinity.
Come in my house and try to act the
What you mean you weren't here? So if you were not here, then how you going to punish her? How you going to do that? So that's not her right to do that.
I gave her
only one here though, and she's under my authority at the time. She should be listening.
Okay, I'm not saying she should not listen, but let me tell you something. This is my daughter. That's point blank, period. And if she comes back to me,
coming over here because if she's gonna be disrespectful and cross the line.
Okay, well, why you not being the daddy and checking her then and making sure that she's respecting her?
Not doing it.
Because you just I'm really pissed off.
Lord. Nigga just outraged everything between. First of all, police, girl, you could have definitely called that man. Obviously, from your actions right here, shows a little bit of your wild behavior. That's probably why he doesn't call you, because that's probably why he doesn't pick up the phone as much as you think he should, because you probably call him with a bunch of nonsense. Too much, you know. He like, baby, I got a whole wife and kids over here. Okay, if it ain't about my daughter, don't hit my line. So that might be why she ain't getting the answers that she want to get all the time. All right. But anyways, to the main point of the video, they're married. You know, that's her stepmother. And if the husband, who is the head of that household, their household, sees fit that she's able to discipline their child in a physical way, his child with another woman, that's under his roof with his woman, if he sees fit that his wife is able, to discipline a child in a physical way, then that just is what it is. Should have stayed with your baby daddy. I mean, you shouldn't have messed up the game like that. I mean, there's circumstances, different circumstances, things like that. Things don't always work out, but a lot of times it can work out. Okay, I'm not saying this is just one of them. But we don't know. It could have been one of them, and she could have fumbled the bag with this brother. Who knows? Because he obviously was willing for marriage if he wouldn't have married, wouldn't have got another wife. Okay, wouldn't have got a wife. So, yeah, that's just the end of that story. If he sees his fit, then that just is what it is. It is what it is. And, and even I would even go as far as vice versa. As a matter of fact, shout out to the brother who posted this, 20 Bello. He said, fuck what y'all say, the mother out of pocket, she wrong as fuck. I'm with the stepmom. Then he commented and said, my son's mother is married. I told my son off break. He is the head of the household. If you're disrespectful and he spank your ass, then so be it. And I'm gonna spank your ass too. Period. I understand that. I completely understand that, because there has to be a level of respect. You have to be, especially for children, especially if they're within like adolescence, if they're past a certain age, you have to draw a line, a bold line in the sand that, look, this is your parent. Regardless if you made a choice, regardless if you like them, regardless of whatever, this, your mama don't like them, whoever the hell, I'm choosing to make this your other parent. This is my wife. This is my husband. So you must respect them as much as you respect me, whether you like it or not. You don't gotta like it. It really don't matter if you like it or not. You ain't even gotta love them. But you're going to respect them as you do me, because you are under our household. You're under our leadership. Okay, you're under our guardianship. So it is what it is. You have to respect them just as much as you respect me. And so vice versa. If she was married, then I would expect that husband, her baby father, to respect her husband just as much as she expects the wife to respect her husband, to respect the baby mama to respect his wife. Okay. Because it has to be like that. There has to be order. You know, if the child feels like they can get away with something or they can roll over the parent, then it's going to lead to disrespect. And that's going to fumble into your wife feeling like you're not standing up for her. Or you're not giving her wife or husband, but in this particular case, wife, especially with women in particular, should I say, because men I don't think men have as much as a problem with this, because men they're more authoritative in general. You know, they tend to garner respect a little bit easier anyways. But for women, for both sides, boys and girls, especially in adolescence, you know, it's a little bit harder because we're seen as we don't have as much power because we're women. You know, we're the weaker ones. Okay, generally. So they're not seen. I mean, children don't see us as much as a threat. They don't see us as much of something as to take seriously a lot of the times. And so we have to work a little bit harder to gain or garner that respect like men do, you know? And so if you as a husband is not allowing your wife to put her foot down, you know, and this is not saying that she could just say something smarter, you backslide. Okay. You know, I still think, especially if that's not your biological child, and physical discipline should be like the last form that you should even be trying to reach for. You know, you should be trying everything in power to not get that far, but if it get that far, then maybe you got that far. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you really feel like you was in your right. You're justified in what you're doing, and your husband backs you like he was and says that yes, I would have did the same thing, or I would have told you to do the same thing. Then it is what it is, you know, because there has to be a level of respect given. There has to be a level of authority given to that stepmom or to that step parent from the actual parent. It has to be given to them, because if not, then that disrespect will fall, and will slowly but surely snowball into a bigger problem between y'all two. Because now she's going to feel like, oh, well, you taking that side. Oh, well, you're not disciplined enough. Oh, you're just going to let him disrespect me. You're going to let him talk to me like this. You're going to let her or he do this to me. And I'm supposed to be a wife. I'm supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, like the queen of this household. As you're the king, I'm supposed to be the queen, and I don't get any respect. I don't get any say so. I don't get any, you know, so it's like, why am I here? Am I just here just to be here? You know, it's not conducive to a healthy, balanced household. You know what I'm saying? You want the children to have respect on both sides. And honestly, even coming from myself, I had a stepfather for a while, for a long time, about 10, 15, from the age of like 5th grade. So that's 9 or 10, 5th grade. Was that like 9 or 10, right? Up until what? Well, at least in adolescence, let me say, he was dating my parent, my stepmom, and my stepfather and my mom didn't get divorced until 2018-ish, I think. So yeah, that's a long ass that's a long time. Okay, that was over like 15 years or something like that we was living with this man. And we had all respect for him. I ain't never came out of my mouth and cursed him out and said, "You ain't my daddy, you can't tell me." I ain't never said nothing like that. It never, because my mother always made it clear that, look, this your stepdad. You know what I'm saying? She didn't make us call him daddy or something like that. He didn't probably call him Mr. what his name was. You know what I'm saying? But we still had a level of respect and love really for him, as he was our father, because my mother made sure to know that we can't step past certain boundaries just because that's not our father. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a bit of she didn't do, I'm not gonna say she did it in the best way, because she also kind of villainized my dad, even though my dad wasn't, what's called, but it was also kind of like a threat of like, well, you don't want to be here, then I'm gonna send you up there with your daddy. And it was like, we didn't want to go with my dad. It was a whole, okay, I just talked about this before. For those of you who subscribe to me, I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So there was a bit of, it wasn't the best thing with that, but still, point is, if we still had a level of respect, you know what I'm saying? There was a balance within our household. If my stepfather said something, it was done. You know what I'm saying? If my stepfather said we couldn't do something, we couldn't do it. It is what it is. It was, I mean, what I'm talking about, I would ask my mother to do something, and she would say, go ask, you know what I'm saying, your stepdad. Go ask him to see what he say. If he say yes, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was, and that's how it should be. There should be that level of respect, that we should look at him as an equal parent. Not an older brother, not an uncle, not an auntie, not a, you know what I'm saying, an uncle, or, a close friend to my mom or nothing like that, because the respect level is not going to be the same with those people as my father. We have to place him in the same, at least as closest to, even if it's not going to be the same, as closest to that level as of our father. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she allowed. And my stepfather ain't never really put no hands on us. He ain't never put no hands. He did, y'all know that scene from what's that scene from what's that scene? What was that? What show was that? Raising Canaan. When the stud daughter and her father got into it because she tried him and stuff like that, and he was like jumping on the wall like, and she was like, oh. He had to do that with my older sister one time because she tried that. I forgot. I think she was sneaking out. Something happened. She was going through a little wild phase in her adolescence, and he had to pin her up against the wall. I remember that. Me and the mirror was like, oh, sure. And we were still kids. I think they had only been together like 3-4 years at this point. We were still in middle school, so they got together when I was in elementary. We was in middle school, she was in high school, so they couldn't be together more 3-4 years at this point. And yeah, he put her ass up against the wall and choked her. And we sitting there like, oh, it just got real, But then it ended with them crying, with him, her crying, and him hugging her and stuff like, look, I love you, but you can't be something. It ended up being a very heartfelt moment. Okay, but that was the worst of the worst, to be honest. He never put his hands on me or my twin, to be honest. He actually has never done that, but he did discipline us. He took our phones away. One time he took our doorknob off our door. Took our TV away, told us we couldn't go nowhere. It was still, there was still a level of authority he had over us, the highest level, to be honest, because we listened to him as he was our father. We were scared if something happened. I remember that time we skipped school. We were scared to come home. We was like, we came home, we was sitting on the couch looking mad as hell. We was like, oh shit. That's when he took off our doorknob off our door. Damn. Our TV from around our room. It was egregious. But yeah, we were scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was our dad, because we knew that repercussions was going to come with that. We knew that we was more scared of his reaction than our mother's, to be honest. She was like, oh yeah, we're gonna see what your stepdad say when y'all get home. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Because she allowed him to be the disciplinarian. You know what I'm saying? And he really was not that bad to me. He really wasn't that strict, to be real. It wasn't like a come down hard on you type dude or nothing like that. He was fairly balanced for the most part. And that's another reason why we respect him as well, because we knew it wasn't just him trying to like, oh, you gonna listen. It was like, he allowed us, he kind of allowed us time to let him grow on us, before he was like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? That he gave us some room to grow, and so yeah, it does have to have a balance. A balance to it. This is why I said if those aren't your biological children, I don't think you should be automatically just hitting children. I'm not really for hitting children anyways. I don't hit my nieces and nephews for real. Might do a little pop on the hand to like my little nieces that's doing too much, my little nephews is doing too much. I'm not about to be like, I ain't never spanked none of my nieces and nephews. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really plan on doing that with my children because I don't think it's really conducive to healthy parenting, to be honest. But I do get it though. Sometimes it just is what it is. I get it. Sometimes, so I'm not a parent yet. So it just might get like that sometimes. And if it does, I think the step parents should have the right to, or should be allowed to discipline them how they see fit. If you trusted them enough to bring them in and put them around your children, let them be around your children by themselves, let them, take them places, buy things for them, let them build a bond with them, let them lean on them and, take care of them and things of that nature, then why wouldn't they be able to discipline them? You know, why would you restrict that aspect? You know, of course, it might be certain things like if you don't whip your children, then you'll probably find a wife or a husband who doesn't believe in whipping children either. Okay, cool. You know, but if you whip your children, why the hell wouldn't you think the person you attract be with that as well? Especially if they have their own children and they might be bringing it to the relationship as well. You know, and they whip their own children. What would you think? You think like that's going to be a weird dynamic for the children. It's like, oh yeah, well, my dad only whoops me and your mom only whoops you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to create chaos. You know, well, your mom only does this. My mom only hits me 3 times. Your dad does it. Like it's going to cause confusion. All right, to knock the balance off the scales. Okay, the scales is not going to be balanced. All right, if both parents don't have equal authority. Okay, so yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Do you have a wife, a husband that's a step parent to your children? What do you allow or don't allow them to do? Do you think this mother was in the right for confronting the wife and her husband? Which I don't think that's right. You shouldn't be going to their doorstep. Like you could have called that man again. You could have called her phone, to be honest. If you was gonna call, you could have called her phone. Y'all gotta talk woman to woman. So you going and then putting it on the internet. This might be a skit. You put this on the internet for what? Like for what? It's just egregious. So yeah, I think that's childish with itself. And if it is real, that shows why he ain't picking up your phone again. Because why the hell are you putting something like this on the internet? It's just you childish. That's why he ain't picking up your damn calls. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought in the comments below. Other than that, baby, that is all I got. And I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.